Okay, so for my presentation, I'm going to talk about merging the Eastern I-70 corridor fire departments. I currently volunteer with Bennett Watkins Fire Rescue, and that's one of the larger departments out east. And working there, I've seen a need for merging the departments just to make the operation run more smoothly. My first slide, I'm talking about response times. And with the response times, they are not what they should be. I've been on calls, whether they're fire or medical related, and I've been sitting in the vehicle for 20 to 40 minutes until we get there. And whether it's on a fire call or a medical call, that time really matters. That could be the difference between a building burning completely to the ground or someone dying of a heart attack. So the response times are a big thing. With this, we could place each station how we want to, and from there what what vehicles we need to, depending on what type of call we see out of that area. Here's a picture of the district. This is the coverage that Sable Altura Fire Department, Bennett Watkins Fire Rescue, Strasburg Fire Department, and Byers Fire Department cover. And it's a pretty big area, as you can see. Training is another big thing that I have seen that isn't what it should be. The departments don't really train that much together. The only training that I've seen together is in the academy, in the fire academy, and then some very minor trainings like tactical trauma trainings or airport fire trainings. So merging the departments would effectively allow us to run more smoothly and for everyone to be on the same page as far as standard operating procedures. Personnel is another big thing. There isn't a whole lot of paid employees out there, so volunteers make up the big part of the departments out there. So merging these would allow for more full-time positions to open up, and we wouldn't have to rely on volunteers. So it's good for the volunteers currently because then they would be able to get a fire department job. Those are pretty, they're hard to get. A lot of people want those. And it would allow each station to staff appropriately instead of being understaffed. We're seeing a lack of personnel because volunteers tend to leave either before or right at the 1 year mark of their service, and that's a problem because then you got to train up new volunteers. Funding is another big thing. With the merge, it would allow more funding to come in, and there's a lot of equipment out there that needs replacing. On the left, I have an ambulance monitor. Hours out there work, but not as well as they should. Picture on the right is an air pack. That's what we use when we go into burning buildings, so we have an air supply. Ours are right there, what that shows. They are very old, a lot of times break down. They have newer ones that work very well, and with the funding we'd be able to buy more of that, or even better vehicles, updated vehicles, parts to fix the vehicles, etc. The list goes on.